Just before we went into lockdown, I noticed on Facebook a couple of rescue centres was putting out a plea for people to foster their dogs during this time. They didn't want to have the worry of these dogs being in the rescue and something going wrong or they can't get to them, so they asked for foster homes. A wonderful request, and I saw particularly in one rescue, every dog was taken out and put into a foster home. Brilliant. However, I did wonder about that, and yes, over the next few days, I have been hearing of the problems that have now occurred. These fosters have gone straight into a home, and now there's huge problems between the foster, in some cases, and between the actual dogs in the home. What has happened is these dogs from the rescue scheme were put so quickly into a home, there was no time to acclimatise for the dog from the rescue centre to acclimatise to being around the other dogs in the home, and the other dogs in the home getting used to this other dog suddenly coming in. So here are home dogs, a new dog comes in, boom, there you go, we've all got to get on. And in many cases, it is not working. They didn't have time to adjust to each other. They didn't go for a walk together, get used to each other, then take it slowly and see if it's going to work. In many cases, they've got dogs now that are killing each other. Well, not literally, but having a jolly good go at it because the dog that's come in can't handle the dogs that are in the home, or vice versa. The dogs in the home don't like the dog that's come in. So now the people who've tried to do a really nice thing and foster these dogs, it's becoming a nightmare. The only thing that I've said in the meantime is we've got to separate. You've got to separate these dogs, keep them away from each other, because you can't suddenly put two sets of dogs together if they're not used to each other. But you say there are people out there that it's working. I absolutely know that. Fabulous, it's working. But in most of the cases, it's not working. They are having problems between the existing dogs in the home and the foster. The other reason why it's not working is people feel very sorry for the foster. So now they're giving this dog so much love, so much attention, that now the dog says, oh, okay, I'm quite a big deal here. And then they can start turning on the existing dogs in the home. Or it's the other way around. The existing dogs in the home are saying, why is that dog getting so much attention? They're not going to get attention. Wham, bam, I'm going to climb into them. Fostering a dog is not easy. If you've never done it before, it's even more difficult. It has to take time. They have to get used to each other. So it's not a bad thing if you've got barriers like a baby gate or a fence or something, that one dog can be on this side, the others can be on the other side. They slowly meet each other. You cannot just bring a dog in, boom, and dump it into a house and hope that everything's going to be fine. In many, many cases, it's not. So if you've brought in a foster, calm down with it. Don't give it so much attention. Let that dog actually take its time. If it wants to go away and lie in the corner and just be quiet, that's absolutely fine. Don't say, no, come darling, come and sit with me, because now you're causing tensions between the new dog and the existing dogs. If the dog is happy just lying there or going somewhere else, leave it alone. It takes time for dogs when they're coming into a new home anyway to adjust to the changes. So to bring a foster in, boom, and dump it in a home and hope that everything's going to be fine is very difficult. Take time, be calm, and I would suggest separate areas, being very calm about it at the introductions, maybe having both on a lead, your dogs, the existing dogs and the new dog. If you've got muzzles, even better, so that no dog can get hurt. But I do like baby gates, but of course we can't run out and buy baby gates. See if you can't find some fencing, or if you have a glass door, one on one side, one on the other. These are things that you can do to get the dogs used to each other. You could even have one dog eating their food on one side of the door, but quite far away, and then another dog eating on the other side, so that they're sort of nearby. We don't want any dogs fighting over their food, but these sort of things so they can gently get used to each other. It is not always the easiest situation to foster by just bringing a dog straight into a household and saying, there you are, get on with it. In most cases, they don't get on with it. So I admire you and I thank you for taking in that foster dog. But unfortunately, you've got to tone it all back and try and see if you can get things to work. Because sadly, if it's not going to work, those dogs are going to go straight back to the rescue centre when this is all over. And of course, the rescue centres are really hoping that those dogs will remain in their household. But if they're causing chaos, they're not going to remain in that house. So everything needs to be slowly. Don't rush it. And let's hope that you can get things to work out. If not, unfortunately, you're going to have separation until you can know what to do with the dogs. In extreme cases, if you are really having a lot of problems, I advise you to contact an accredited animal behaviorist. Go on to the ABC of South Africa, Animal Behavioral Consultants of South Africa. Go onto their Facebook page or their website. There are accredited behaviorists there. We can't come to your houses. I'm a behaviorist. I'm an accredited behaviorist. But we are all, and I'm also doing online consults, Skype consults. If you've got major problems, get help. It's not going to make your situation better by just leaving it and doing nothing. One dog or many dogs are going to be badly attacked, maybe even killed, and we don't want that. So please, if you need help, get it. It's going to be worth it in the end.